Hello, my beloved brothers and sisters. My name is T.J. Williams, and I am a member of the Riverside Church, student at New York Theological Seminary and DePaul University in Chicago. Partnered, uncle, advocate, son, brother, nephew, community organizer, and worshiper of Jesus. And yes, my friends, I even did some of my undergrad work at Jerry Falwell's school, known as Liberty University. I come to you today with a heavy heart, a heart that is determined to share some insight into the purpose of unity. My friends, in the early 90s, when I was at Liberty University, I remember being told by the staff of that institution and the staff of Jesse Helms' campaign that conservative parties' work against gay rights is a mix with keeping the African-American community distracted on gay marriage and anti-hate crimes so that they can complete their real commission, which is to roll back the Civil Rights Act of 1963. This is precisely what they mean when they talk about limited government. This 21st century push for an expansion of state rights is a hope to resurrect Jim Crow laws, but not just to impact the civil rights for black folks, but gay folks and the Latino community and the poor. But that is why there is an effort from a new kind of niggerization within America, that we must stand and march and pray together. And then we must gather behind those candidates who support justice for all. You see, God is in the midst of this kind of unity. For God said it in Isaiah and transferred this prophetic message as a kind of purpose that has a deeper understanding that this kind of corporate unity lives in all of our traditions, thereby resting on our relationship with each other. For this reason, we must lay aside this kind of separatist, ideological, and theological stereotypes that causes us to be divided and then conquered. We belong together. We need each other. We are connected and joined together as parts of one body. We are a collective family. In Dr. King's I Have the Dream speech, that embodied the kind of healing power that is being hijacked by many conservatives who calls for people to leave churches that teach social justice and liberation. Folks like Mr. Beck and Pat Robertson and those who are calling us to ignore the very values that folks bled and died and marched on. I find it troubling that there is a member of the King family who stood by Beck 2 years ago as he continued his assault on our country's fragile democracy. But oh, beloved, I submit that the hope found in our unity will be deepened and rendered more authentic as black folks and poor folks and gay folks will be engaged in a tool for justice, a democratic expansion, and a truer rendering of the teachings of Jesus, thereby exposing the lies of how folks are being told about their humanity. When the Tea Party says that they are threatened by socialism, what they are really saying is that they are threatened by a sense of collective social awareness. All in all, we must remake our democracy. And in the face of the lies about our humanity within America, for if we pledge allegiance every day, and at the end of that allegiance, we recite with freedom and justice for all, then we must demand that the Becks and that the Perrys and that the Palins and the Falwells not be exempt from the sentiment of that same democracy. For they claim that they are fighting for. And we must do this for the communities that are left out and left behind. Oh, as I take my seat, let me encourage you to say spiritual folk song called I Shall Not Be Moved. That by refusing to be removed in our unity, we hear an echo of those who went before us in our quest for liberation and justice and equality. Jewish, African American voices, Christians, Muslims, gays, straight, transgendered, Latino, and Native American, all crying in the melody of this song, saying, I shall not be moved. For this old song is a traditional spiritual song that consists of a series of verses, wherein a single line changes for each verse. But it is the third verse that captures the strings of my heart. Simple words wrapped with a determination and a commitment that I share with you today. The union is behind us, for we're fighting for our freedom. We're fighting for our children. We're building a mighty union, black and white together, young and old together. For when my burden's heavy, the church of God is a marching on. For don't let the world deceive you if my friends forsake me. For let's not be moved, beloved, in the face of racial rhetoric from radio hosts. Let us not be moved through the questioning of our president's birthplace. Let us not be moved by the assault on health care for all. Let us not be moved through the threat of Proposition 8 lingers near. And when they ask, why are you standing there? Just say that I stand here, not alone, that I stand here with others who seek justice and liberty for all. Let's stand trusting that, knowing that God stands here too. God bless you, my brothers and sisters.